A heart bypass, also known to doctors as a CABG, is done to make things better blood flow to the heart muscle. In people with severe heart disease is a real concern for a lot of people. It's when the pipes that carry blood to your heart get messed up. In this procedure, they take a healthy artery or vein from somewhere else in your body and attach it or graft it to the blocked coronary artery. The artery or vein that's been grafted, it goes around the part of the heart artery that's blocked, bringing in blood that's full of oxygen. Blood to the heart muscle. One or more of the coronary vessels, you might have your arteries bypassed in one go. Before the surgery, and we'll get an IV started for you, and then you might get a medicine to calm you down. Heart bypass surgeries are pretty common. You'll be under general anesthesia, so you'll be asleep for the whole operation. A breathing tube will be a necessity. It's put in your mouth and down your throat to help you breathe. We're going to put a small tube called a catheter into your bladder. This will help drain your urine. Usually, heart bypass surgery lasts about 3 to 6 hours. During a regular bypass surgery, your doctor starts by cutting through the skin right above your breastbone, or what doctors call the sternum. That person will then cut your sternum and rib cage will need to move to get to your heart. During the surgery, your heart and lungs will be hooked up to a special machine. The pump or heart-lung machine was ready. This machine can be used for a little while. It does what your heart and lungs do. The surgeon stops your heart for the operation while they sew. The grafts are in place. One of the two blood vessels is. Usually, doctors take grafts from the internal thoracic artery in the chest or the saphenous vein in the leg. For the internal chest artery graft, your surgeon will leave. The top part is hooked up to the subclavian artery and move the bottom part away from your chest to your heart's artery right past the blocked bit. Then your surgeon will just sew it in. So for your saphenous vein graft, your surgeon is going to sew. One end goes to the aorta and the other connects to the narrowed artery right past the blockage. Once the graft is in there good, your surgeon will just use some electrical signals to get the heart beating right again, and then attach a temporary, it's like a pacemaker for a heart. Once your heart is beating like it usually does, the heart-lung machine, you'll be cut off. Your surgeon will wire your bones together. They put the breastbone back together and then stitched up the cut. They will put a temporary drainage tube right under the cut through your skin. They've also come up with 2 newer ways to do CABG ops, off-pump and minimally invasive. The doctor mentioned it'd be pretty invasive bypass surgery. Off-pump CABG is also known as beating heart surgery. They call it beating heart bypass grafting because they don't stop the heart or use a heart-lung machine. Instead, it's a mechanical device. This helps keep the part of the heart still so doctors can graft onto it. Surgeons do minimally. We do these small surgeries where we use special tools to go in and fix things without making a big cut. Cuts in the chest. Sometimes these steps need a heart-lung machine. After your operation, someone will take you to intensive care. The way your heart beats. We'll keep a close eye on it. If it absolutely has to happen, the pacing. We'll use some wires to temporarily get your heart rate under control. The chest tube's going to stay in there for a bit to drain out extra blood and whatnot. Air from the chest cavity. When you can breathe on your own, they'll take out the breathing tube and give you an oxygen mask instead. The bladder catheter is staying in. As you start to feel better, next 3 to 4 days, all of these devices will slowly go away. Once those tubes and monitors are removed, you'll usually be moved out of the intensive care unit and into a regular hospital room. This is where recovery really starts. Nurses and doctors will help you sit up, stand, and eventually walk short distances. Even though it might feel tough at first, moving around helps prevent complications like blood clots and lung infections. You'll have some pain or discomfort in your chest and where the grafts were taken, such as your leg or arm. Don't worry, this is expected. You'll be given pain medicine to help keep you comfortable while your body heals. The incision on your chest will be checked often to make sure it's healing properly and not showing signs of infection. Breathing exercises are a big part of recovery after heart bypass surgery. You'll be asked to use a small device called an incentive spirometer. It helps you take deep breaths and keeps your lungs clear. Coughing may hurt at first, but holding a pillow against your chest can make it easier. Most people stay in the hospital about 5 to 7 days, depending on how they're doing. Before you go home, your care team will explain how to take care of your incisions, what activities are safe, and which ones to avoid. You'll also get instructions about your medications, including drugs to manage pain, blood pressure, and cholesterol. At home, recovery continues over several weeks. You'll slowly build up your strength and energy. Cardiac rehabilitation is often recommended. This is a supervised program that includes exercise, education, and support to help your heart heal and lower the risk of future heart problems. Full recovery from a CABG can take 6 to 12 weeks. Most people are able to return to normal activities, including work and driving, once their doctor says it's safe. Heart bypass surgery doesn't cure heart disease, but it can greatly improve blood flow, reduce chest pain, and help you feel better and live longer when combined with healthy lifestyle changes. As you heal, your doctor will stress how important lifestyle changes are after heart bypass surgery. The surgery fixes the blocked arteries, but it doesn't remove the cause of heart disease. Things like smoking, poor diet, lack of exercise, and high stress can still damage your arteries if they aren't addressed. You'll be encouraged to eat a heart-healthy diet. That usually means more fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, and less salt, sugar, and saturated fat. If you smoke, quitting is one of the most important steps you can take to protect your new grafts and your heart. Regular physical activity becomes part of daily life again, often starting with walking and gradually increasing in intensity. Cardiac rehab helps guide this safely, showing you how to exercise without overworking your heart. Over time, many people notice they can breathe easier, walk farther, and feel less tired than before surgery. Follow-up appointments are very important. Your healthcare team will check your heart function, monitor your blood pressure and cholesterol, and adjust medications if needed. Some medicines may need to be taken long-term to prevent clots and keep your arteries open. It's also normal to experience emotional changes after surgery. Some people feel anxious, sad, or frustrated during recovery. These feelings usually improve as your strength returns, but it's important to talk to your doctor if they last or interfere with daily life. Support from family, friends, or a rehab group can make a big difference. With proper care, many heart bypass grafts can last for years, sometimes even decades. Staying active, taking medications as prescribed, and keeping up with regular checkups all help protect your heart and improve long-term outcomes. Even though heart bypass surgery is very effective, like any major surgery, it does come with possible risks and complications. These don't happen to everyone, but it's important to understand them. Some people may develop infections at the incision site, bleeding, or irregular heart rhythms, especially in the days right after surgery. There is also a small risk of stroke, heart attack, or kidney problems, particularly in older adults or people with other health conditions like diabetes or lung disease. Doctors closely monitor patients for these issues during recovery so they can be treated quickly if they occur. Some patients notice temporary memory problems or trouble concentrating after surgery. This is sometimes called pump head and is more common when a heart-lung machine is used. In most cases, these changes improve over time as the brain and body recover. Another concern is graft failure. Over time, the grafted blood vessels can narrow or become blocked, especially if cholesterol levels stay high or lifestyle changes aren't followed. This is why long-term medication use and healthy habits are so important. Doctors will teach you the warning signs to watch for after you go home. These include chest pain, shortness of breath, fever, redness or drainage from the incision, or sudden swelling in the legs. If any of these happen, medical care should be sought right away. Despite these risks, heart bypass surgery has helped millions of people live longer, more active lives. For many patients, it relieves chest pain, improves quality of life, and allows them to return to everyday activities they couldn't do before.